Hello everyone, my name is Marcel and this is my submission for the eligibility test for senior project. This is the project I made, website portfolio. I made it using React, Bootstrap 4 and Node.js. You can access the website here, it's marcelriera.azurewebsites.net. So let's go over the project organization. So first of all, I use Azure DevOps. Here I can access the project. So first for planning, I use the boards here. The way I made them is I first started with the Epic, which was creating the website. Then from there, I created several features, all of them with different requirements. From there, I created backlog items and finally tasks. And all those tasks I divided into several 4 sprints. So let's look over here. Here, hopefully they load. We'll see. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, this is the organization for each sprint I had. These are backlog items and these are different tasks. So yeah, also you can see here on boards. At the beginning, of course, they were all here new, and as I was creating, finishing parts, I moved them. So in regards to version control, I use Azure repos because it's integrated with the project here. So here is the repository, all the files that were used in the project. So next, let's go to the pipelines. First of all, for the build process, let's go over here and check what's going on. So because it's a JavaScript program, it's mainly NPM commands. So first of all, it's an NPM install, which allows to update all the dependencies. Then an NPM run build, which actually builds the project. And then I'm also adding here the test part, which I'll talk about later. From there on, I archive the files and finally make an artifact so I can move to the release part of the project. So on the release side, let's go over here. Let's check that again here. So I get the artifact from the build part, and so I'm here's the stage. I call it production, and this is linked to I have an application service also in Azure. Uh, Here is Marcel Riera. Sadly, it's pay as you go, but I haven't been charged anything. And yes, so this is actually where it's been hosted and deployed. So that's been linked here. The way it's set up, so every time there's a push to master, it automatically runs the pipeline for building and then moves it here. I do have pre-deployment conditions, so every time there before deploying, it sends an email to me and I have to approve it. So that's the release part. So in regarding to testing, let's go back to builds. So I added the testing part to the build pipeline, and I was using Jest.js, which is for testing JavaScript code. Let me show. So in total, I have 12 tests. Let's go over here. So I have for each component that I added, I created a test.js, which is being used for Jest. And these are functional tests, which check if the component renders and also checks all the children inside. So it's functional, it tests the operation of that element and everything inside. It's an integration test. And also have unit test over here. I have 2 of them because in the projects part, in project section of the website, I'm also using, um, I'm like using from my GitHub the repository title, and from there I'm driving the picture, which is also in the repositories, and I'm also modifying the title that is displayed. So I have these 2 tests here that are for those specific functions. So the way testing works is you do npm test, and I did it already because it takes some time, but my bad, there are 11, not 12. So there are 9 functional tests and 2 unit tests. So they all passed, and that's in regard to testing. So here actually I have some failed builds because I actually failed the test. So the good thing about putting the testing on the build side, you have to set some environment variables. And if the test doesn't pass, it just cancels the build and it doesn't continue in the pipeline. So that's in regards to all the pipelines. So next, all the release part. So, well, this is oh, never mind. So let's go to the UML diagrams. That be on overview. I got it on wiki. They are also available, all of these in the drive. So in the drive there are the UML diagrams for, I have a class diagram and a use case diagram. For some reason they're not showing. Okay. So this is the class diagram. This is the main application and so on, uh, which is component and React properties and so on. And this is the use case diagram. It can also be accessed on the drive. And finally, so regards to the time, I use Clockify here. There's also a report on the drive, but this is directly on the application. In total, it took me 35 hours, probably more. And yes, here are the logs. Sprint 1, create navigation bar, sprint 2, 3, and 4. And yes, here's the website. Some of the features you can navigate to each part. You can contact, write me a message, and send it, and I'll get it to my email. You can see the projects, and that's it. So hopefully I didn't miss anything, and thank you for watching.